Hello, and welcome to our ACA training for the census spreadsheet. This spreadsheet will be sent to you if you are an applicable large employer and you are self-funded or level funded and are required to complete Part 3 of the 1095-C form. So it's fairly self-explanatory, and we've included a tab here that has an example. But let me go through it very quickly to explain. We do need the employee or the participant's social security number. So that is going to be the person who everybody else falls under or has insurance because of. So it has to be the same to connect everybody. So let's put in a number in here. And the first person, of course, would be the employee. And by the way, for anybody who has waived coverage, they do not need to be listed on this form. It should only be the employees who actively were enrolled in coverage in 2019. So let's put Larry and then James. And then since he's the employee, it's going to be the same social security number. Now, you can get a lot of this information from your insurance carrier or from your broker. It's referred to as a census. That's why this is called the census, is because that's what it was referred to when we first saw this type of document when HR Service first started reporting. Now, we don't need a date of birth if you have a social security number. It's usually not a problem unless it's a dependent. In fact, the IRS has said now if it's an employee, then you should have their social security number. So it's an either or on that. And then effective date of insurance, we are only looking at the 2019 calendar year, regardless of what your plan year is. So if they had insurance all year long, you could default to January 1 of 2019. And then termination date of insurance. If they terminated, whether that was because they quit, they went on leave, there was a qualifying event, we don't really care why it terminated. We just need to know the date. I do want to point out one thing. On the effective date, that should always be the first of the month. And on the termination date, that should always be the end of the month. Even if they started mid-month or they termed mid-month, the IRS allows the employer to give the employee full credit for the entire month. So again, this should always be the first, and the termination should always be the last day of the month. And again, we only need termination dates if they were in 2019. We don't want 2018 or 2020. We want 2019 information. Now, say Larry has a family and he has 3 dependents. So I'm going to just copy and paste his social security number because that's what's connecting all of them. One dependent is his spouse, and then he's got 2 kids there. So we're going to put a D1 and a D2. Get rid of that. And we'll do Susan, James, let's see, Rory, James, and Sally, James. And now over here in column E, you're going to have their own social security numbers. So for Susan, we're going to give her her own number here. And then Rory, he'll have his own number or a date of birth. Normally that date of birth, you only typically see it if it's a new baby that was born sometime in 2019. So we're going to give Rory a social, And let's say Sally was born in 2019. And so we're going to do, she was born July 4th of 2019. And even though her benefits would have been effective of July 4th, 2019, she's going to get counted for the full month. So we're going to go ahead and put July 1st, 2019 for her. And then for the other, the spouse, the other dependent, we're going to put the beginning of January. And again, you can copy and paste this. Let's do another example. So let's have Joe, and he's the employee or a main participant, and Joe Little. And I'm just going to copy and paste his social over here. Now let's say he was hired mid-year and his benefits became effective June 1st. And he actually terminated, let's say he terminated October 10th. Well, we get to count the whole month. So I'm going to put 10/31/2019 here. He had a spouse, so we're going to copy his social down one more line and put a spouse in here. And her name is Linda Little, and she'll have her own Social Security number. And he got enrolled when he got enrolled, so that would be the same date, and her benefits terminated the same time. Now, say you had somebody that was on COBRA. I'm going to put another employee and give him his own social, or her own social, and we'll do employee Jane Duncan, and that Social Security number comes over. It's the same. And Jane had benefits as of 1/1/19, so we'll put that there. But let's say that she terminated, and this will be on your other spreadsheet, she terminated in September, but she signed up for COBRA. So on COBRA, she continued her benefits until the end of November. So you'll go ahead and put those dates that they were on COBRA and terminate it when COBRA ended. So your employee information gathering spreadsheet will capture the right coding, but this will capture the months that she actually had insurance. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to your ACA specialist, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.